Welcome everybody to a special report. I'm your host, TruePowerIsMine. Today's date is January 25th, 2019, the year of our Lord. Once again, just want to tell all the subscribers and people who don't even subscribe and they happen to share the videos or whatnot for whatever reason, thank you extremely. The numbers have definitely shown a huge increase. I'd like to share that with you guys right now. We look here at the watch time minutes, the views, the subscription, and my humble estimate of what the channel is worth right now, which is, better than yesterday actually. But once again, guys, thank you so much. This is going to be the year and we're going to do some great things. All the fans that's been down from the very first shows, the very first concept of this thing, which unfortunately kind of segued me into, I guess, the real reason why I basically made this particular video was because I was told that I need to take a look at a video. It was this one right here. Hold on.
They no longer feel any evidence or proof or corroboration is necessary. They can just say Democrats like the shiftless Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell.
I think, hold on one second.
And John McCain, the late John McCain, now being adopted wholesale by the...
They're
saying by March they plan to move wholesale by the mainstream media. Russia. The American people are tired of it. There is no evidence, there is no proof, there is no corroboration. But you see, unless their articles of impeachment are wrapped around a Russian canard, they can't get rid of Mike Pence. And that's really their goal. It's not just to remove Donald Trump. It's also to remove the vice president, clearing the way for Nancy Pelosi to become president. She would then appoint Hillary Clinton as vice president, then Pelosi would resign, and Hillary would get that thing which eluded her in 2016.
Wow. Our little show, our little humble show, like, once again, is having mass effects. We said that exact same thing back months ago on the other morning show. We try to get quality guests so that our listeners, you guys, stay just a little bit ahead of the game, as much as we humanly can. And I guess I'm saying this more or less for the people monitoring the show now. The truth will even set you free. It's time that we all understand that things are getting crazy for a reason. Let me jump to this video here. I wanted to show you guys.
Watch what Obama...
Hold on. Listen to this chick.
Not one of my things. Personally, I can go hungry and die. I don't care. I will never have kids.
Thank God.
So, I have nothing to worry about when it comes to that. I just really don't want a job. I'm like a housewife.
Nah,
Pretty much.
not really. Now listen to the way this woman, whatever, talks to her mom.
Who's that on the piano? Fuck you! No, I mean, who's that on the goddamn piano? It's in the video, Monica. Yeah, ask them who's on the piano. It doesn't say. Well, type it in!
virus does as well. I wanted to show you that particular video just so you get an understanding that the people who basically say that it's time to end welfare, their meaning is time to end people like her. It's time to end people just sitting around saying they don't want to work, they don't need to work, blah, 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 and have the government, as they would say, expect the government to feed them. The only problem with this, the only problem, is that there's truly not enough jobs to go around. Never has been, never will be. That's why Judge Joe Brown was trying to tell us. The reason why we have prisons is always to balance out the labor with the manpower. There's only so many jobs, there's only so many labor and jobs, or jobs in general, but there's so many men running around here. And let's be honest, and until recently, now it's basically both sexes, but prison was kind of a man's game. Not saying women did not go to jail or were executed, because we all know they were. I say this to get you guys to understand why the coming collapse is going to occur from what I'm understanding from my sources. A lot of shows deal with the political aspects of the problem, or we deal with the social ramifications of the problem, but very seldom do we actually deal with the spiritual aspect of the problem. And this young lady here has a spiritual disposition to work that most people who are working class people out here, you know, putting in the 16, 12, 10, 8 hours a day. And they still have to pay their bills. When they get short on cash, there is no government bailout for them. When they get laid off, all they have to look forward to is whatever money they have saved away wherever, and 3 months of unemployment benefits or something like that. And I don't even want to get off into the disabled folks and or what I mean by disabled, the different disabilities, the military veteran disabled or the citizen disabled, because there are two different groups and they're dealt differently as far as the you know, how the veterans can go to the VA, a civilian goes to a regular doctor, so on and so forth. But what I want to say to that is, if we continue down this road of no empathy and no compassion, heaven forbid there comes a time when you need it and it's not there. My friends, all these ideals that have been kicked around, all this hate talk has been done before. The Weimar Republic, the birth of the German National Workers' Party. Work is not the answer. Work is, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack from this. Work is not the answer. The answer is purpose. What is your purpose? Work is just a byproduct of understanding your purpose and going out and fulfilling it. We need to quit focusing people on work and get people's minds focused on purpose. Because if we do not have this, then we're doomed. That's why the more I've been reading up on Rick, referendum initiated by the citizen, it really makes a lot of sense, guys. It truly does. And to those who are listening, monitoring, I want you to know, just so that you can put this down on your little calendar, Monday, I will have the brothers and sisters from the International Peace Movement on the show at 2 p.m. Central Time. Tomorrow, Friday, I hope to have Judge Joe Brown on the show, the other morning show. Saturday, I have a couple of wild cards I'm throwing in the back of my head. Sunday, hopefully General Mathis will return I basically emailed him today. I'm trying to get General Mathis on the show as well, and some other military personnel. Reached out to Senior Chief Don Shipley as well today. Hopefully we can get him back on the show. And I don't want to talk about the crap he's been doing lately. I am not going to hide this fact. I plan to try to put together, I will have a couple of veterans on the show as well before I do this, but a show designed to get young folks energized about the military, the armed forces. It is an opportunity. But one thing I will start from the citizen side. We need to get outraged and get in action and tell our congressmen and women who represent us to formulate a bill that will become law saying that the United States military, by law, cannot experiment on the men and women in the uniform of any rank or any branch. By law, no more chemical, biological testing on our soldiers. Period. And that's one thing I am going to work on. Because I want a lot of young people, a lot of young humans to get, one, the training, two, the sense of camaraderie, and three, the understanding of purpose for why we have laws and regulations. Yes, they are a drag, but they are a necessary drag unless you want to have your property stolen or your family victimized and brutalized. This is just truth, guys. No politics, no mumbo jumbo. I just wanted to give you guys one video from the heart. Uncut, unfiltered, as crude could be. Just being me. I hope these words hit the right ears. And I hope that we continue to affect the change that will soon to come. This has been Special Report. I'm TruePowerIsMine. As always, live your life with integrity, without hate, envy, or greed. Good night.